Let's come seated towards the front of our chair. Distribute the weight evenly in the right and left sit bones. And this morning, let's pay particular attention to the breath by becoming a witness of the breath. So it's almost like you're moving outside the body and observing the breath. So let's begin by following the inhale breath from the time it enters the nose, swirls around the nasal cavity, goes down the throat, splits into the right and left lungs. And as we follow the breath, observe what parts of the body move. In particular, too, as the breath enters the nostrils, as the inhale breath enters the nostrils, notice the coolness of the air. I don't know how warm you have your house, but you might notice the coolness and the dryness of the air. So perhaps feel the nostrils flaring slightly as the breath enters. Some movement maybe of the head, movement of the sternum, the front of the chest, and movement of the belly. Are the ribs flaring out as you breathe? And as you take the next inhale breath and come to the end of the inhale breath, let's pause for a moment and notice any feelings, any sensations, anything that arises in the brief pause between the completion of the inhale breath and the beginning of the exhale breath. Now begin the exhale breath and reverse the flow. Notice the belly moving back towards the spine, the ribs coming back towards center. The body may be moving slightly forward. And finally, feel the warm, moist air passing out through the nostrils. Let's repeat that cycle of the inhale, exhale cycle. Inhale. Continuing to observe how the breath is moving. And now let's add some intentionality to the breath. Consciously directing the breath into a pattern of an even exhale and inhale. The lungs and the belly filling as we inhale and emptying out as completely as possible as we exhale. I'm going to give you a count to even out out the flow of the breath. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 3, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 3, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, raise the arms up overhead. And let's draw the hands back to heart center. Let's raise the arms once more overhead. And exhale. Three. Exhale, come back to center. And press the hands strongly into each other. And perhaps feel the shoulder blades lever away from the spine ever so slightly. So really bring a very strong pressure onto the hands. Turn the fingertips towards the floor. And then now bring the fingertips towards the sternum. See if on number 2 that range of motion increases a little bit. 2 and 3 and 3. Interlace the fingers and press the palms towards me. Stretching out the wrists. Let's hold the hand up towards me and then draw the fingertips back in towards the body. Feel that stretch in the forearm. And then take the fingertips, point them towards the floor. And again, stretch. Draw the fingertips back towards the body. Flip to the left hand. Once again, draw the fingertips in. And then flip down towards the floor. And draw the fingertips towards the body. Place the hands down and just shake the hands. Stretch the arms out towards the side of the room. Bring the right arm across, hook the left arm around. Take care to not let the shoulder hike up as we stretch across the body. Release the right hand, stretch out once more. And let's bring the left arm across, hook underneath, stretch out the shoulder. And release. Take the fingertips out to the side. Again, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Rotate to make tiny circles. And then increase the amplitude of the circles. And then make them smaller. And then go in the opposite direction. And then come back down. And release the hands towards the side of the bottom chair. Now let's build our seated mountain pose. Take a look at the feet. Set the feet about hip distance apart. If you raise all 10 toes away from the floor, and think of fanning the toes out any amount. So try and create some space between each of the toes. Let's bring the toes back onto the mat. Legs are about hip distance apart. And let's lower the right hand towards the floor, warming up the spine. Lateral movement, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and 12. And let's just add in a few windmill arms. So taking it across for 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6. Hold across. Lengthen the body on the left side and come across. Lengthen the body on the right side and come back to center. Place the hands just above the knees for our cat-cow moves. Inhaling, lifting the sternum. Exhaling, rounding towards the back of the chair. Lift up for 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4, and 4. 5, 5. Final one, 6. And round back for number 6. Come back to a neutral spine. Raise the arms overhead. Take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Twist towards our right side. Remembering, move within your range of motion. Let's try and initiate the twist as much as possible from the oblique muscles rather than from the strength of the arms. Lift the arms up overhead, and then take the right hand to the outside of the left thigh, twisting towards our left side. Inhale, come back to center. Let's do one cat-cow breath, lifting the sternum. And exhale, round towards the back of the chair. And inhale, come back up to neutral. Let's do a little work on the neck now. So, making sure the cervical spine is stacked over the rest of the spine. Take the chin into the notch of the collarbones. Lift the head up for 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Take the chin to the right shoulder. Go through all the way to the left and come up. Right. Left for 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6, and 6. Come back to center. Take the fingertips of the right hand just above the left ear and don't pull the head down towards the shoulder. Just let the ear move towards the shoulder using only the weight of the right arm. So we're not pulling, we're just gently letting the weight stretch out the left side of the neck. You can reach the left fingertips towards the floor to intensify that stretch. Try to make a very conscious focus on the breath. Help the muscles lengthen. Come back to center. Release the right arm down. Bring the left arm over the right ear. And again, just allow the head to move, or the ear to move towards the left shoulder. Keeping the pressure very gentle. Reach the right fingertips to the floor and feel the neck stretch out. Come back to center. Turn the head slightly towards the right. Take the chin towards the chest. And now bring the hand to rest on the back of the head. And again, just use the width of that arm to gently lengthen the back of the neck. Head back to center. Release the right hands. Turn the head towards the left side. Bring the chin down towards the chest. Reach up on the back and lengthen. Inhale the arm overhead. Exhale. Tilt the pelvis forward and bring the hands to rest on the thighs just above the knees. Hug the elbows in towards the side of the body. Exhale to fold forward, but support the back with the arms. And then use the strength of the arms to bring the body back to vertical. Exhale. Angle the body forward. And using the strength of the body, come back to vertical. And exhale. Body forward. Let's stay now with the body angled slightly forward. And now just lift the elbows. Make fists with the hands. And I want you to just reach the arms back to straighten the arms for 1. Keep the arms at the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Come back to center. Interlace the fingers. Come around the right shin. Draw the right knee in towards the right armpit. Point the toes towards the floor and then flex them strongly in towards the shin. 2, 2, and 3, and 3. And circle 1, and 2, and 3, and the other direction. 1, and 2, and 3. Bring the elbow onto the opposite thigh. Or remember, if that's not available to you, you can always just cross at the ankles. Or if you wanted to come to a spot somewhere in the middle, you could bring your block and support the leg, or support the foot with the block. Let that knee open out to the side and just gently Support the knee. Now I'm going to ask you to press the knee into the resistance of the hand as you inhale for 1, 2, 3, and then exhale and let everything go. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, and 3. Let's now bring the sole, the right foot, into the edge, the inner edge of the left foot. Connect the sit bones to the seat of the chair. Raise the arms overhead for our seated tree pose. Pay attention to the shoulders here. Remember, we're taking the shoulders down, so not here, down, back. Release the hands down, draw that right leg in. Let's walk the feet out into a gentle V. Take both knees to point right. Might come right up onto the edges of the feet. And then take both knees to point left. Roll over, point right. Roll over, point left. And the next time we point right, take the right hand to the outside of the right thigh and twist towards our left, right hand to outside of left thigh and twist left. Center. Take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Both knees point left as we twist right. Center, walk the feet back to seated mountain pose. Interlace the fingers in our non-dominant. Interlace and come around the left shin. Draw the left knee in, point, flex, and point, and flex. So for 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3. Either bring that left ankle to the right thigh or across the legs, or go in the middle by supporting the leg with the block. Avoid. It's very easy when we're in this position to round the spine towards the back of the chair. Firm up the core muscles to support the spine. Gently rock that leg and then press in for 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Take the legs back down. Bring the inner edge, or the sole of the left foot, the inner edge of the right foot. Raise the arms overhead for seated tree. Take one more breath here. Draw the hands back to heart center. And let's now bring the soles of both feet together. You can take a block underneath the heels and let the legs open into Baddha Konasana. So soles of feet press into one another, legs open up to the side. And one more breath here. Close the legs like you're closing the covers of a book. Let's come up to our seated mountain pose. And again, just check in with your seated mountain pose. Connect the feet, connect the seat, stack the spine. And let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose and then exhale out through the mouth. Inhale. We won't forget our core today. So, down to our seated mountain. Let's cross the arms. And all the movement is going to come from that hinge at the hips. So the back is not, it's going to stay stable, strong, and well supported by the core muscles as we inhale to go back towards the chair. And then exhale, come forward. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 5. 6. 6. 7. 7. 8. 8. 9. 9. 10. 10. 11. 11. And we're going to hold when we go back on 12. For 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to seated mountain. Let's draw the shoulder blades right in towards the spine on the back, and then take them forward, lift, back, and down. Forward, lift, back, and down, and forward, lift, back, and down. Whatever cross of the arms you had for the first set, reverse that cross. And again, remembering to concentrate on the core muscles to support the back. Let's inhale, angle towards the back of the chair, and then use those core muscles to lift you forward. Inhale for 2 as we go back, and exhale 2. 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 6. 6. 7. 7. 8. 8. 9. 9. 10. 10. 11. 11, and we'll hold again on 12. For 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come back to neutral. Let's now, we'll just do one more, little different bit of work today. So just lean forward, take the legs wide, and I want you to just, again, take hold one of your weights with both hands. And really, really, really here, pay attention to making sure that spine is not rounding. And let's lift for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Let's again pick up both weights. Walk the legs back to center. This is going to be a 2-part move. And make sure that as you go into this 2-part move, that you keep each part unique. So first, you curl the weights towards the shoulders and then lift them overhead. Come back down and release. 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, and 4, 5, 5, 5, and 5, and 6, 6, 6, and 6. Final thing we'll do with the weights here is we're going to do that work where we glue the elbows into the lowest ribs and then open to the side for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's now set our weights aside. Oh, no, before we set the weights aside, let's bring the weights above the knees. We'll do our heel lifts. So lift and go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Double up the weights on the right leg. And lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now double up the weights on the left leg. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Lower both legs down. Now we'll set the weights aside. Let's turn ourselves sideways on our chair. Support the thigh with the chair. Bring the knee underneath shoulder, underneath the shoulder and the hip. And try and just level the hips first. So if you notice you're slumping down. And if you're always on your toes, curled under, try and come onto the top of the toes and notice a stretch in the front of the ankle. Let's lift one arm overhead and very gently twist any amount towards the chair. And again, if you can feel safe and supported here, interlace the fingers behind the back and open the chest into a gentle back bend. Bring the hand back onto the chair to support yourself and stretch that right leg out as far as you can. Bring the hands to the opposite thigh. Activate those core muscles to lengthen the back. Feel the stretch in the front of the right hip. Lift maybe one or both arms overhead. Let the foot drop, turn in towards the camera, and reach across in extended side angle. Sweep down towards the left leg, come up, draw the right leg in, and let's turn, do the same thing in the opposite direction. The extent that you can get that outside hip off the chair, please do so, and bring the leg directly under the knee directly under the hip, so you've got a line from the hip, knee, hip, shoulder, and raise the outside arm. If you haven't stretched the top of the foot by coming off of the top of the foot, try it. Maybe unpleasant. And then turn in towards the chair. Take care in this twist, as with all twists. Center. Stretch that outside leg all the way back. Working it as close to straight as you can. And I know we did this with the knee underneath. We can still do our back bend here. And raise the arms overhead. Turn into the center of the room. Bring the right elbow to the right thigh and stretch all the way across. Once again, coming into extended side ankle. Sweep down, bring that outside leg in. Come back to seated mountain. Coming towards the chair, connecting the feet, connecting the seat. Stretching the top of the head towards the ceiling, and take a nice deep breath in through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. So let's now come up to standing, and today we're going to face the seat of your chair. If this doesn't work for you, if you feel more secure facing the back of the chair, please do so. We're going to begin our work, our standing work, facing the seat of the chair, wrists underneath the shoulders, heels underneath the hips, and we're going to raise the heels for 1. Try and keep the pressure even across the whole front of the foot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We're going to challenge ourselves now, and this is optional. You can just continue to lift on both feet, or you can hook the left foot behind the right ankle and lift for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Bring the left foot now to the floor, the right foot behind the left ankle, and raise for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Bring both feet back onto the floor. And now, let's raise the right leg up, and try and work that right leg as close as you can towards parallel with the floor. Strengthen those core muscles we've been working on. We're going to use the glutes to raise and lower the leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. This is an optional move here. You can turn and stack the hips. And you might take the hand to the back of the chair. You might lift that arm overhead. And we won't stay long there, and come back. Again, strengthen up the core. Lift the left leg. Tap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Hold it up. And maybe move to stack the hips. And come back to center. And let's do one cat-cow move here. Inhaling as the belly comes towards the floor, and then exhaling as we round the back towards the ceiling. Inhale, come back once again to a neutral smile. Let's back the feet away about 1 foot length, and start to angle the body towards the chair, creating our downward dog V shape. Support the head, don't let the head flop down between the arms. And then let's, if it's available to you, move the legs back another amount and stretch out in down dog. Walk the feet back in towards the chair. Turn the feet towards, angle the feet out. So the feet are angled out side of your mat like that. We're still facing the chair and using the chair for as much as little support as you need. Let's bring the hands to the waist and just begin to bend the knees out and lift up from a squat. So we've got the chair here for security for 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6. And we'll hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and come back up. Hold once again towards the chair and step back into our down dog shape. So again, you can keep going back with the feet. Just find that shape that works for you. When you found it, let's come forward into our plank pose. And we'll hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then draw back to down dog. Turn the right toes out, step the left knee and left shin in towards the chair. First of all, just establish that line of connection between the right foot and the top of the head. Raise up, and let's raise the arms overhead. Exhale, lift the back heel, step back, and the left toes out, bring the right shin in. Establish that nice long line. Rise up into warrior 1 and hold. Exhale down towards the chair. Step back and come toward down dog. Come forward to our plank pose. Step back and pull back once again to down dog. Walk the feet in towards the chair. Inhale, come up, raise the arms overhead, and draw the hands back to heart center. Let's now come to standing beside our chair. We'll finish our standing work with tree pose. Oh, actually, we'll do some heel lifts just before we go to tree pose. So, again, lifting and lowering the heels for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Let's turn sideways now. Find our foundation in the chair side foot. Either just come on to the toes, turn the leg to the side, bring the leg to the calf, press the hands together at our center, and let's raise the arms up overhead. And hold for 2 more breaths. Draw the hands back to heart center. And now let's turn and come to the opposite side. And now make our foundation with the outside heel. Bring the heel to the ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh. Press into center. Raise overhead. Here. Draw back to heart center. And we'll just finish off our standing work with a bit of side stepping. So use the chair. You need a little extra steadiness. And let's step side for 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and 12. And let's come back to seated. Come to seated. And let's find our seated mountain pose. The breath is starting to move a bit more quickly. Let's bring the breath back. That rhythm we had at the beginning of the practice. Walk the legs out into a V. And again, let the knees sway left and right and left and right. And hold and twist. And inhale, come back through center and twist in the opposite direction. Center. And you can either bring the blocks into the center of the V formed by your legs, or just go right to the floor, tilting the pelvis forward, bring the hands to the blocks. So this is not meant to be our deepest forward fold. This is more of a calming forward fold. Let's take 3 more breaths in this deep forward fold. 2, 3. Inhale up all the way up. And draw back to heart center. And let's now slide back in our chair. Grab a drink. Got to bring water in this morning myself, but hopefully you have some handy. So grab a drink. Add any extra clothing, socks, or anything that you're going to need to stay comfortable. And as always, even though I don't always say it, if you want to go and lie down on the floor, maybe hook the legs over your chair, just stretch out in Savasana, that's your option. Bring focus now back to the breath. You remember at the start of the practice, we moved from not being focused on the breath to being focused on the breath. And now let go of that focus on the breath, or focus on the breath and the focus on trying to manage the breath. The breath is now managing itself as it does during most of our day. Keep settling into the chair, relaxing. Continuing to breathe. And now let the body find that same fluidity as the breath is found. Again, now letting the body find its own shape rather than directing it into a particular shape. Finally, relax the mind, allowing it to find calm. Now let's begin to deepen the breath. In fact, hip distance slide back from our chair. Raise the arms overhead. Exhale the hands back to heart center. Thank yourself for making time for this practice today. Thank each other for sharing your practice. And thank you so much for being able to guide you through your practice today. Thank you, and thank you.